I have been living in the Netherlands now for 11 years. My experience is you do not need to speak Dutch. Hierarchy and status is not so much of a thing. Hello everybody, my name is Marvin. But first of all, let's get the basics straight. I have a background in economics and supply chain management at the university in Maastricht. I have been living in the Netherlands now for 11 years and have just recently decided to stay here permanently.
为什么选择学习供应链管理？
I chose supply chain management because what really attracted me is that you will deal with a lot of different data, different people. On the one hand side, you have the customer and demand information. On the other hand, you have the supply constraints from purchasing regarding raw materials. You have internal stakeholders that you have to deal with regarding the sales and operations planning, so capacity utilization, product mixes, all sorts of different things. What this enables you to do is learn a lot about different perspectives, about the company and the market that you're dealing with. It also opens doors for growth in the future if you understand all of these different things.
作为德国人，为什么选择来荷兰读书？
Maastricht and the Netherlands are very international. It's another reason why I came here. In the Netherlands, you have to understand it's a very small country, about 17 million people, and historically they've always relied on foreigners like yourself and me to come here to work, to bring our expertise. It's a trading country. And what this means until today is that they're very open to foreigners. English is de facto the main language that is being spoken. Everybody can speak English, from small children to elderly people. This was something that really attracted me. And it's something you will also see in the universities, be it Maastricht, be it Amsterdam, Tilburg, Eindhoven, it doesn't matter. You will have a majority of people being international, or at least a 50-50 mix. Because a lot of people come to the Netherlands and to Dutch universities, and that was another reason for me, because instead of having, let's say, a year-long semester and then writing 10 exams, in the Netherlands you have a problem-based learning approach where you learn something for 7 weeks and then you have 2 weeks of exams. And again, 7 weeks, 2 weeks, and so on until the end of the year. So a very strong connect to practical applications, to companies. I think this is a much more comfortable and efficient way of learning compared to the German system.
想成为一名优秀的供应链经理，该如何准备？
If I think about supply chain and what advice I could give you in general, is definitely get comfortable with different sets of data, qualitative, quantitative, and hone your Excel skills. Also that do a lot of analytical work. You will be the go-to person to report KPIs, to drive improvement projects, and being comfortable with data is the key advice I can give you. So definitely try to look up on the internet business cases, practice. After I finished my master's in economics and supply chain management, I started as a supply chain engineer, where I was responsible for a lot of the reporting, project management, driving improvements, driving cost savings. Currently, I'm the supply chain planning manager here. I work in a chemical company called Covestro.
如何看待荷兰的工作环境和文化？
When I look at the job market in the Netherlands and working here, my experience is you do not need to speak Dutch. Many companies actually require you to only speak English from an inclusion point of view. If you are looking to make a deeper personal connect with people, then definitely learning Dutch has an advantage, but it's absolutely not required for the job market. The Dutch people are very, very open. They are very informal, and hierarchy and status is not so much of a thing. If I think back to the German way, the German culture, and also to how I sometimes experienced Chinese students during my time in Maastricht, because there are a lot of Chinese students here in the Netherlands. I believe we both tend to be more focused on hierarchy, on agreeing with our professors, our boss. We keep more to ourselves and we don't necessarily easily connect to strangers. What I have found, and hopefully what you will find out, is that the Dutch are the complete opposite of that. In the Netherlands and in the Dutch job market, it is expected and wished for that you challenge the professor, that you challenge your boss. If you disagree, you speak up, you discuss. You're expected to really deliver a personal contribution in that sense. And this was not so easy in the beginning, but you get used to it very quickly, and I can tell you I've had some of the best discussions after challenging my professor in university and challenging my boss, and I learned a lot. If you have these discussions, they explain to you, even if you're wrong, why it is that you're wrong, and on a factual basis. And this really can open your eyes to new perspectives, just new points of views. I enjoy this. It is not an easy start, but after now looking back 11 years in this country, I've grown immensely as a person, and I can only recommend that you take the same step. Another difference is between what I experienced from a German culture and also what I experienced from having peers in university from China and the wider Southeast Asian region, is people in the Netherlands don't like to show status and wealth. I think it is much more common here that people who are well off, who earn a lot of money, that they are more reclusive in the way that they're acting, in what they're wearing. This can be something to consider, that it is appreciated here in the Netherlands to be more modest and to be more humble in general.
对即将来荷兰的中国学生有何建议？
First of all, be prepared for a culture shock. Just come here with an open mind. I would advise you to not stick to your peers. This is something that Chinese, Germans, but also people from other cultures do when they come here to the universities, is they stick in their own groups. I would highly advise you to avoid your peers as much as you can. Really connect to international people, to foreign cultures, to foreign religions, to everything. Soak up as much of the experience as you can. I would also advise you to learn English as good as you can. I think this will help you a lot. It will also make your student life easier, because the academic English is of course on a higher level than what you experience in a small talk. I would also advise you to travel a lot. Use the opportunity you have to see a lot of not just the country, because they're beautiful places. I love the beaches around Rotterdam. They're very wide. You need like 5 or 6 minutes of walking to go from the entrance to the water. Very beautiful. But also you can go anywhere in Europe very quickly. So use the chance to travel, use the chance to connect to people, learn from everybody around you. Don't worry about finding a job later on. Supply chain sets you up for success. Studying in such an international environment sets you up for success. There are a lot of jobs, especially in the area at the coast from Rotterdam all the way to Amsterdam. If there are any more questions, just reach out. Yeah, I wish you the best of luck.